This is day 3 of the 10 vlogs in 10 days for London Rail Challenge. So, yesterday I spoke about cybersecurity. The day before was about the two passions. So, today I'll talk a little bit about blockchain. So, for me, I've been in the blockchain space since Bitcoin came around. Really, I think the early days I found it hard to get a hold of it, but I think around 2012 it was more accessible. And Bitcoin is the application that sits on top of this technology called blockchain. And it was really revolutionary when it came out, being able to take away the intermediary, which at the time there was the banks. So I had a real practical need to be able to send money each month to the United States. And the only way I could do that was through the bank. And it usually took like 5 days, and it was like the 30 quid or something. It was ridiculous amount of money back then. And when Bitcoin came along, it was like, what, you can send money around the world instantly for less than a penny? Yes, please. And there's no one in between. It's like from me to you, there's no one gets in the way. And that was amazing, bringing together peer-to-peer technology, cryptography, just in a brilliant way. So really inspiring what Satoshi Nakamoto put out there, the creator founder of Bitcoin. That was pretty amazing. But then people in the space could see some weaknesses in it. So a team formed around the Ethereum project, um, and they could see some of the weaknesses in Bitcoin, and they could see that there could be much better. There's better things that we can do here. So not only can we do it faster, that Bitcoin was taking an average of around 10 minutes per confirmation. And also the fee fluctuated based on the demand on the network. So the guys at Ethereum were like, we can do this better. We can do smart contracts. We can do decentralized applications on top of this technology. We can do much, much more. And we can do it quicker than Bitcoin. And we put more throughput. So they created Ethereum. They put it out there. And when I seen Ethereum, I think it was trading for around $7. And I remember I had some Bitcoin at the time and I transferred it over and I got like 130 Ethereum. And I kept saying to myself, if it only gets to $12, if it only gets to $12, I'll sell it. And recently there, it was up at $1,000 each had I held on to them all that time, which I didn't. In hindsight, I should have. But it's much more than just a cryptocurrency, this technology. So the ability to do smart contracts, the ability to write a contract in code that two parties can come together and securely bind to that contract. Value in the form of cryptocurrency can be put in that contract, and we can build these new applications, these dApps as they're called, decentralized applications that look and feel just like a traditional website or a traditional mobile app, but on the back end, it's not calling these centralized servers, it's calling the decentralized network, this shared database known as blockchain. So, the ability to automate business models, to take out the intermediaries has been amazing. So me and some friends, we took this smart contract concept and we forked the Ethereum project, for example. You can go have a look at it out there. It's called Atlas.work is the website, www.atlas.work. You can see what we did. We forked the Ethereum code base. We stood up a new blockchain, targeting freelancers, for example. And we wanted to bring clients and those in the freelancing space together, where the client can put the money into a smart contract, the freelancer can join him in that contract, and once the contract's fulfilled, once the client's happy with the work of the freelancer, then the functions triggered in the contract, the contract's fulfilled, the value of cryptocurrency moves from the client to the freelancer in an automated way without any middleman, without any third party in the way. When you look at some of the big freelancing platforms out there, Upwork is one of the biggest. As a freelancer, when you join, if they let you in, because you have to be approved now, right away they take 20%. So if you are um, if you're charging, let's say $100 an hour, they're taking $20 off you, ripping you off completely. And then on the client side, they are ripping you off again. So you're paying and they're taking a certain percentage. They're holding your money until the work's done. And then the freelancer has to wait several days to get their money. It's just a complete rip off. Then when you want to withdraw your money out of some of these freelancing platforms, they charge you. So with technology like blockchain, you can disrupt that business model. You can get rid of the intermediary in between who's ripping you off by taking a fee. So that's what one of the things I love about blockchain, this aspect of smart contracts, and also these decentralized applications. So to you and I, the end user, you will you'll join a site. It'll look like any other website. You'll have a mobile app. It'll work just like any other mobile app. But these new applications will call these smart contracts. The code lives on the blockchain, this decentralized shared database. So if my node goes down, I can go to any node on the network and still access that smart contract. So I'm not paying for hosting and the security around that. It's secured on the blockchain. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So that's one of the aspects of the technology. Then these new applications are censorship resistant. So once it's on the blockchain, there's no one going to come and shut it down. So that gives rise to many new types of media. So censorship resistant type media, which is pretty interesting in the space. And just the growth already, it's been a rapid innovation over the years. There's been massive hacks in the space. So just recently, just a few weeks back there was the South Korean cryptocurrency exchange get hacked, 30 plus million just gone like that. Why? Because the rapid pace of innovation in this space is attracting cybercrime. It's the cybercrime that are seeing the big payoff rewards because developers are just stretched to get the product out, get it out, get it out, get it out without taking the time to think about the cybersecurity aspect of it because they will attack you. I've seen it myself on our little tiny project. I've seen it on other people's project. And just as soon as you start to get a little bit of traction, they will just assault your infrastructure. They will just target your staff and they will come after you because they're just looking for one little weakness and they can potentially compromise someone and then the system and then your customers and then you're basically out of business. Simple as that. They get a piece of ransomware in there, all your data is encrypted, you're gone, out of business, reputation's ruined. So the blockchain space, it's only new. If you can think of a business out there that has a middleman, it's ripe for disruption, and this is what can change it. And if you just go to Coin Market Cap, I'm looking at it right now. You can see the top 10 blockchain projects there. Bitcoin obviously is the biggest one, Ethereum the second one, but EOS at number 5 is really interesting. EOS, they did a 12-month crowd sale and they raised, I think I heard a number of $4 billion just from ordinary people around the world. $4 billion. So when they closed their ICO, their initial coin offering, they're sitting with a war chest of $4 billion in an unregulated market, and they can just deploy that capital to create a massive ecosystem. So EOS is a very promising project. Ethereum, if they can get their next release out, is also pretty interesting. And IOTA is pretty amazing as well because unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, where there's a fee when you send a transaction from A to B with IOTA, they're really targeting the machine to machine payment economy. So if you have a sensor, for example, let's say I have an air quality sensor, it's the first thing to come to mind, and I want to basically sell that data. So there might be someone out there, the Met service, for example, that goes, I can use that data. So with IOTA, you can do a machine to machine transaction. And they were really genius in this because to be able to send a transaction with IOTA, I must process two on the network first through a proof of work algorithm. But it means when I send 10 IOTA to you, I get 10 IOTA. No one takes a fee like these other ones. So very, very promising. And looking back over the years, if I had have held on to some of the cryptocurrency I had acquired in some of these projects and just held it instead of spending it when the price went up, I would have had much more, much more. So I'm very much involved in building this technology and building it in a secure way and helping others who also want to bring these products to market and not be exploited because you will. It's only a matter of time. So thank you for watching Vlog 3. There's a few more to come. If you have any comments at all, I did try to do this video a minute ago on my computer and the quality was absolute crap. So I'm doing it on my phone. And I thought I'd just hit live stream this time instead of recording it and uploading it. I just thought I'd try the go live feature. So any comments at all, drop them below. Any feedback, appreciate it. Likes or dislikes, it doesn't matter. This is a first for me, so appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.